There's no like, you're live now. It just kind of happens. Hello everyone. Welcome to Sit Down and Lock Down, the Joe Show, where I sit with local artists, performers, comedians, and we just have a nice conversation. Earlier today, I interviewed Werner Weber, and that one was a bit different. I strongly encourage you guys to go check that out. It's on my channel. Subscribe to my channel. You'll find out all about it. But usually, it's just a fun, nice, entertaining show where I get to know the men or women behind the mic. So, before we get into it, I just have a few things to say, which is very simple, very quick. Please, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that are watching, please comment and ask us questions. We will answer them as long as if we can get to all of them, we will. Please also bear in mind that today I've started something new and different. When I interview someone, a performer, I we will be accepting donations, and these donations, the proceeds of the donations will be 75% will go to the interviewee, the other 25% will go to me. This is an aid of every performer that I interview, because this is basically all we can do now is be on YouTube. So we don't have a stage anymore. So this is my way of giving back and helping those that I interview. So please, whether it's $5 or $200, whichever one you want, will anywhere in that range we'll accept. Link is in the description in YouTube, on the YouTube video in the description. I will be leaving a link in the comments shortly as I introduce our guests tonight. Other than that, for those of you that are watching on Instagram Live, I will only be streaming this for 10 minutes on Instagram Live. Then I will be continuing the stream on Facebook and Instagram. So please, those of you that are watching this now on Instagram, my link to the YouTube channel is in my bio. Please go there and watch on YouTube. It's a better experience anyway. It's so much better. Instagram, you got this little thing. YouTube, it's nice and big. It's just better. Just go to YouTube or Facebook. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm going to bring on to the stage. I'm going to bring to on the screen now a very good friend of mine. Done comedy with him quite a bit of times, and I think he's a super talented, funny man. Please put your hands together. We're not going to hear it, but put your hands together either way for the one, the only, Mr. Francois Van As. Say hi.
Hello. Hi. Hello. How's it going, guys?
How's it
Yeah,
going, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Sitting tight. What are you drinking there?
Just a Coke. Don't get excited. Don't.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. We're down to half a bottle of brandy. Rationing. Not looking good. There's a cooler box with 2-day old pineapple beer in the kitchen. We'll see how that goes tomorrow. Dark days.
Dark days, yeah. Okay, we got our first comment already, Mr. Piet Potgieter, fellow comedian as well, saying,
Hey,
"How's
Pete.
it?" How's it, Pete? I haven't seen him in a while. Yo, Pete,
Yeah.
get in contact, man. Let's talk. So yeah, okay. So let's start with the first question, like I do with everyone else. It's very simple. I want the crowd and whoever's watching to get to know you a bit. So tell us, do you do anything besides comedy, and if so, what is that? And yeah, we'll start with that. What do you do for a living?
Cool, yeah. I do have a bit of a side hustle. Well, comedy became more of my side hustle a while ago. So I have like this digital marketing company. So I just basically build uh, websites and do SEO and Google Ads, stuff like that. Yeah. So that's at least keeping me busy a little bit through these times. Uh, yeah. So that takes up, yeah, a lot of my time. At least I've got a little bit of income coming through.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't do that other job that we spoke about. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. But when we were at we were in the last gig we were at, you told me that you work for a delivery company, if I can say that.
That was
Uh,
7 years. That was like 7 years ago,
no,
Joe.
it wasn't. That
What,
wasn't
what,
7 years
what,
ago. I
what?
was like, that was just the other day.
Yeah. Jeez, that's no, man. No, no. That's that is literally 7 years ago. I don't even think I knew you back then. Oh, what's happening right now? Uh,
All
No,
right.
I've been in agencies and doing copywriting and digital type vibes for at least the last 5 years.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Then we have the D1 Mo. No drinking for Francois, is obviously
Is that my
calling.
mom?
I
No.
don't know. Could be. Jaco Brill says, Hi, lekker Francois.
Oh,
Guys, I
oh.
don't know Afrikaans that well, so I'm going to try and read if Afrikaans comes up. Uh, Peter says, always available. And then the D1 Mo, Francois, you going to do a song for us? I don't know. Are
No,
you? No?
no,
Okay, cool. That's sorry. The D1
not
Mo.
gonna work.
Donnie Lowe, he dreams of.
Okay, so that you'll need some context there, right? Plofmot was our band, our first
Oh,
band
okay.
back in the day, and yeah, Donnie was our rhythm guitarist, and
Okay.
Yaku is I don't know what's going on with Yaku. Okay,
All right. Well, let's actually speak a bit because you were telling me off camera before we went on the air that your Facebook feed is just filled with musicians. So tell us, did comedy or music come first for you? Because you do both. When I see you, you
yes,
do both. You do a mix of
yes.
both. But which came first for you?
Music first, but I was also always into like Tenacious D and stuff like that. So I always wanted to try and do. The first idea was to get like a comedy band together, similar to Tenacious D, but eventually that just turned into comedy. Me as a one man problem. Yeah, um, yeah, that's that. Music came first.
That's fine. So music came first, and then you what? You went to an open mic night for comedy, and then you were like, "Hey, I'm gonna mix the two." What happened there? How did
Okay,
the
so
comedy get involved?
Cobus Galloway, right? You know Cobus Galloway
Yeah,
from
I know.
Universal
Yeah,
Press. Okay, this is a long story. Okay, so
take your time.
his dad used to work at or with my dad basically. So we kind of know each other from way back. And one day we were chatting, and I said, "Hey, I just wrote this comedy song called Mantita," and he was like, "Okay, well, we have a comedy show coming out in 3 days. Come play." And yeah, that was my first show, and I was with Piet Potgieter, and who else was on there? Piet Potgieter, Werner, Smith, Yuri Prince, and me. Yeah, doing some comedy. Then after that, yeah, I did like 2 songs. It went okay, and then yeah, I just started doing more and more shows from there.
Fantastic. So,
Yeah.
was there um, like were you watching stand up comedy as well, and then just kind of wrote some jokes as well? Did you have anything prepared, or you just do it?
No, I had like 2 songs basically that I did. So there was nothing, there was no jokes in between. There was nothing. It was just me doing songs. Hadn't at that stage I hadn't really figured out the whole banter thing and
Yeah.
connecting with jokes and callbacks. I just kind of went with it.
All right.
I was more of a musical act back then with a bit of comedy. Yeah, where
I
I'm
see.
now more of a comedy act. Yeah.
Jaco Brill says, sick. You tell me to look, listen, and then you say you don't know what's going on with me.
Sorry, Aku. I'm just joking, man. Yeah.
And Pete, okay. You've got the screen there. You're gonna have to read that for me. I don't know what that says.
Gemengde vrugte. Okay, so gemengde vrugte, which basically means mixed fruit. That was our first comedy group, the name. So that was basically
Okay.
Cobus Galloway, myself, Piet Potgieter, Ronnie Victor is also in the chat.
And then
Um,
Jaco Brill says you're missing Venner Smith.
Van der Smith was there as
Yeah.
well, and then also Scott was saying that.
Oh, it was Skulky there. Okay.
So that was when we were at our peak, our peak. We yeah, it was the bunch of us.
Sure. You guys go way back. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And how long in total now have you been doing the comedy?
I tried to think about that earlier. I think maybe people that can help me. When did we start with this? I think I started about 8 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago.
All right. But
Yeah,
you've been
I
doing
think so.
okay. And how long is
I've
the
been saying
music?
I've been saying 5 years for the last 5 years, so I don't know.
And how long have you been a musician?
From school,
Really? Okay.
self-taught. I'm not that great at any one instrument.
But you okay? So you play more than one instrument. I didn't know
It's,
that.
I started out with the keyboard, and then I did like electric guitar, and then bass, and then acoustic guitar, basically. So yeah,
Would you ever bring a keyboard or something like that to your comedy routine?
I would love to do that, but I'll need to invest some money. I want like they call it what do you call those things? The AX, those keyboards that you
Yes, yes.
play
Those.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
guitar.
know.
Love one of those things.
It would look so funny. That would be great if you could do that. That would be amazing.
But I want like a tiny one,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a tiny one.
Like
So
a ukulele version of it. Like.
yes, exactly.
Pete Pottinger answered your question. He says 10, bro.
No, but Pete, that's you. I'm not 50. No, Pete's probably the no. Pete, it cannot be 10 years. Is it really? Oh yes. Okay.
It probably is. I don't
Yeah.
know. I've been doing it for 10
And it
years,
only
but
got like 7 songs. That's bad.
you
It's
just.
like one song if every year and a half. That's not good.
Oh, well, now you can have an album.
Yeah, at last.
Oh man. Okay. So that see, this is why I ask these questions. It's very interesting. So you did music first, then you fell into comedy. Pete says he's adamant. He's like, yep,
Yeah.
that's the amount.
Okay, Pete.
So you started with music. You've loved music since you were young, obviously, and then you went into the comedy thing. So tell us okay. So you told us about your first experience, kind of stepping into the comedy uh, side of the music.
Yeah.
But where was your first like proper stand up comedy experience? Like no group or anything like that. You went on your own on the stage and you wrote jokes and you had like a 5 minute, 10 minute, whatever set.
See, okay, with gemengde vrugte, I'm saying that in English, gemengde vrugte, we did like I think we had about 2 years with gemengde vrugte where we did a lot of Afrikaans shows, okay?
Hmm.
So I mean, with that, we did Kaka and Ka, we did Art Klop, we did Vryfees, Bloemfontein, so we did a lot of festival shows with that,
Mm.
and but only Afrikaans, okay, exclusively. So only in my third year, I started doing English comedy,
Okay.
like at Cape Town Comedy Club and stuff. So I walked on stage at Cape Town Comedy Club as an open mic or newcomer, but I already had 2 years
Mm.
experience in Afrikaans, but I was only starting English. So my journey was a bit different. I didn't start out at Armchair Theatre or one of those places.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay, that's yeah. You're right. It is different. Usually, all the guys go to like armchair, then they go to
yeah, exactly.
they move their own way. But you did the festivals, which is kind of cool. What did you? How did you do at the festivals?
That I think I can't remember. It's a lot. Apparently, it's 10 years ago. Um, no. Remember, it was a lot of fun because you do a week basically.
Mm.
So that was the whole thing. So you do like a run of 5 shows or 6 shows, and yeah, it was always difficult because we were still young then, and we drank a lot to keep like to keep that what do you call it, the momentum going. Because you'd always on the second day you'd reach your like yeah you go a bit hard, and then by day 4 you're crying, you want to go home. 3 shows left. Whereas
uh,
these days I would have done it a bit differently. But the shows were good. As far as I remember, the shows were nice. Yeah.
all right. Pete says Rainier when Bucky Lowe held the mic for
Yes.
you for a gig.
Those aren't really Afrikaans words. He's just talking really tough. Okay. Yeah, that was okay. So he's talking about this one gig we did at Pete, help me. Where was it again? In Denmark, where like the mic stand broke or something, or the mic couldn't hold the. The old mic stand problem we always have.
Yeah.
Yucky Low was there as well. Don't know if you know who Yucky Low is.
No, I don't.
I'm sure. Don't go look it up.
Okay, well,
But yeah, he's a very well-known Afrikaans singer. He was
okay,
there as well, trying to do some comedy or something,
okay.
and he literally had to hold my mic the whole time while I was singing. And that's actually one of my best moments, I would say.
That's funny. Ronnie Victor, Ronnie Victor says, Yuri Prince and the Handuk. Sorry, I probably butchered that completely.
Yeah, I don't know if Beauty Prince is. He said he was going to tune in. I don't know if he's there. But so there was just a big thing at the end of the show. At the end of going Art Club. I can't remember where. Um, where like we couldn't go home. The lady that owned the guest house stopped us and said, "Listen, one of the handdoek is a towel. One of the towels is missing. And we can't leave before that towel like appears." So eventually we all had to open our suitcases, and Yuri packed it in. So yeah, it was a big thing. It's still a thing.
It's still a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't take those towels, man. You gotta. It's not
No,
included.
but in Yuri's defense, he had the same beige towel. He had the same one. So yeah,
Okay, fine. Not your fault, I guess.
yeah.
Oh man. Okay, and then here it says improv afterwards. Pete says
I'm
improv.
seeing this bit. You're on your own with that one. I have no idea.
I think maybe he's mixing you up with someone else, maybe.
Yeah, no. Ronnie Victor is Aardklop in Potch. I see. Yeah.
What's Art
Ronnie
Club?
Victor. The only thing I remember about Aardklop is where Ronnie Victor disappeared the night and he appeared the next morning with a video camera that was not his. I don't know what. We still don't know who it belonged to. And I think then he got mugged and someone stole the video camera again. I have no idea. Something happened there.
Man, you speak a lot about festivals, and there's always like how many festivals would you say you've done in your career?
Not a lot. Like maybe like six. Depends size.
That's like
Mm,
that's like
yeah.
by your length of career that you say you've done seven years. That's almost a festival a year, which isn't bad.
Yeah. It depends. Like I mean, like obviously I did all the big Afrikaans ones, the first 2 years, and then afterwards, yeah, like we had it up the creek last year, which was amazing.
Mm,
And there's always these little beer festivals. So, I
yes.
don't know if you would call them festivals, but 3,000, 4,000 people type things,
Mm.
which you also do.
Tequila happened apparently.
Yeah. Okay, Donnie. Don't bring up tequila. We're all. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all in withdrawal, man. Calm down. Um, yes, dude. I want to tell the audience this as well. We'll get to that comment in a moment, but
Just keep in mind, my mom is listening, so I'm censoring everything like quite
uh,
heavily.
can I tell them? Okay, fine. I'll ask your permission then. Can I tell them the story of the special at Neighborhood Cafe that you started?
And then yeah, I'm sure. I can't remember the story, so yeah. Please.
So basically, this is I run a gig in Neighborhood Cafe in Panorama. Shout out to you guys, by the way. And that's hopefully when this is all over, we'll still be doing it. And the first show we ever had there, I think, yes, it was the first show we ever had there. Francois was on the lineup. You were headlining, and there was no tequila special before Francois got there.
Oh
And
yes.
then he asked me on WhatsApp, "Is there a tequila special?" I then asked the owner, "Is there a tequila special?" The owner said, "Who's wondering?" I said, "Francois Van As." And luckily for Francois, the owner is actually a big fan of your work,
Ooh,
and it was like, "Cool, there's a tequila special, 15 rand."
yeah.
And because of Francois, there every comedy show now there's a tequila special for 15 rand.
That's all me, guys. That's all me.
All right, so Jaco Brill says, Ramfest, you disappeared, lost your keys, but your whole arm was full of mud. Okay, you got
Oh,
to tell us that story.
the dark days. Yeah. I think I found my keys in my brother's shoe. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think that was the one. Yeah.
Is there no more like to that story?
Yeah. Yeah. We were all mad at each other. That's I can't remember that.
Oh man, have you ever done Rocking the Daisies?
Um, no.
What?
No, did I? No, I
Really?
did not. No, never. Yeah. I wasn't in the comedy in the crowd
Uh,
then.
well,
Yeah. But also they never got paid or something, so
yeah, well, yeah. The spoils of being a performer, right?
Yes.
um, no,
Yeah,
Rocking the Daisies
we
was fun.
actually, sorry, I forgot. Weezy Cockler, myself, and Bianca, my girlfriend, we drove up to to Opikopi about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, to do a show. We were booked for that by Vanderklute still.
Uh-huh.
And we got there, and there was this huge, like, moving, what is the horse thing? Stage. A
Okay.
moving stage where they wanted us to perform comedy on while moving on this horse through the crowds. And it just never happened. So we drove up there to do comedy, and we didn't do the comedy. We were just uppy copy the whole weekend. Anyway, that was my last festival thing. That's the one festival that I played that I didn't really play. But if someone asks me, "Did you do uppy copy?" I'll say, "Yeah, yeah."
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, I've done festivals, I've done Synergy, and I've done Rocking the Daisies, but the both of them I wasn't on the lineup. Like I was not pre-booked, I was not in advertising. Basically, comedians didn't show up, and I rose my hand to participate. So
Oh,
that's my
nice.
thing.
But it's
Then
weird though, right? The crowds, you never know what you're going to get. If it's a,
yeah,
I know,
Rocking the Daisies was probably one of the worst gigs I've ever done, simply because the slot that they gave me, the main act was on of the whole festival. The main act was on, so there was
uh,
like wasted people that were passed out on the beanbags.
yes.
Um, nobody was listening to me. There
Uh,
was a couple almost like doing naughty things in the corner. It was yeah, it was the worst. And
Naughty. What type of naughty things?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Use your imagination.
Like up the creek, like I don't know how this year was, but last year they had just we had a tent or a little aftaki. It was just myself and Alfred, Adrian. He did half an hour and I did half an hour.
Mhm.
No one to there was no like host or anything. It's just that, but it was like in like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. No bands on at that stage. There was like shade, just it worked perfectly there. Like the
Okay.
people were just a good vibe.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well, that's
because we
what
were very scared as well.
I noticed that about Rocking the Daisies. The next day, so Saturday is like the main event almost, and then Sunday is like the going down kind of vibe, and Sunday afternoon slot and Saturday afternoon slots, so like around 1 ish there. They used to have comedy in those slots, and those were the best because people are like in that weird like middle ground of I'm
Yeah, like
hungover,
one
I'm
coffee, two tequilas thing.
yeah
Yeah,
that
they're like
thing,
waking
and
up. Yeah,
yeah, it's like perfect. Those slots are the best. But yeah, I got the really crappy slot. Let's have a look at some of the comments here. Lamarck House says
yeah,
banana
banana.
bread and pineapple beer for the boys. That
Yeah,
sounds.
we're just in kind of a banana bread and pineapple beer club at the moment. Yeah, we're all doing the same things. I've made my banana bread and like I said, my pineapple beer's in the kitchen. We're gonna see what it tastes like tomorrow.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was about to ask what does it taste like.
don't know yet. I know Melt Sugraach and also made his first. So and he said it came out great. So well, we'll see what happens.
All right,
Yeah.
you better be careful though.
You kind of
They're
have to drink it before it goes off again. So you only have so you make like 6 liters, but you only have like half a day to drink it apparently or something like that. So you gotta yeah.
well, I mean, That is
No.
not a problem.
So I have to start making my second batch tomorrow. So I finish and the other one goes off. Anyway, that's not your problem. That's my problem. I'll figure it out.
Stefan is still asking for one song, which is not going to happen. Sorry,
Yeah, Stefan
unless
gaan.
unless you want to acapella it.
Nee.
And then Wild Kip says the car key in Andre's shoe was
Yeah.
your best joke. Yella di, I don't know what that says in Afrikaans.
I don't see this comment. Why did I see
It's
it?
at the bottom.
No, it's not on mine. I don't know what happened.
Oh,
Wild Keepers, I think that's Charles. That's my youngest brother.
okay, cool.
Yeah, so I think he. Well, I don't really trust his recollection of the event either. So, yeah,
So you have siblings? How many siblings do you have?
two,
Two.
two.
Are you the eldest?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool. All right, cool. So we spoke about. I was actually going to ask you if you have like any, but you keep on saying that you don't remember. But I'm going to ask it anyway. Is there a memory at a festival that is like a crazy story? I mean, everyone has one.
This shit. You have to give me. This is difficult. Memory at a festival. That's a crazy story. Yes. I know there are a lot, but I can't really put my finger on one at this moment. Um, the next question. I'll
We'll
come back to
come.
that.
We'll
I'll come
come.
back to
We'll come back. Jaco Brill says, "Come on, man, one song. All of us are
it.
asking."
I don't have my guitar with me. I can't.
He doesn't have his guitar with him, guys. He may have his keyboard with him, but not his guitar.
No. Wait, I just had this thing, but it's not. I'm in my daughter's room at the moment.
Okay.
So I just have this, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So it's not gonna. So see that? It doesn't work.
I think you made a mistake. Pretty soon, people are going to be commenting like, "Just use it, make something, just do something."
It won't work.
Man, Kyle Meeser says, "F, I'm here." Okay.
Hey, Kylie. He used to work with me at agency a few years ago, and he's now in London.
Oh,
So I was like,
okay.
yeah,
Greetings from the UK. Hey, well, greetings from South Africa, and
if
saying
he's
hi
not
to.
back, I'm assuming
All right. Well,
he's in London.
hi,
Yeah.
Kyle. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to everyone, by the way, who's joined us tonight. This is awesome. Keep those comments coming in. We'll get to them as we can. See, I told you, Francois. Yako says, "Just use it." I told you it was gonna happen.
Plastic Yaku. Plastic Yaku.
Yako. There we go. Kyle says,
I'm reading that.
I have a question for my pet app friend Frana. Okay. Why is
Yeah.
my girlfriend always angry with me? And why is the secret to not being in and what is the secret to not being in trouble? Okay. Well,
Um,
I didn't know
always,
you were a
always,
relationship expert.
look at me. Always, always, always be in two different rooms. That's all I have.
Oh, come on, Pete.
I can't go into that. My girlfriend's in the other room at the moment, and yeah, that's it. I don't know. Yes. Sing Seaman sing.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So cool. So you're thinking about the festival question. That's fine.
Oh, I forgot that I was thinking about that thing that I forgot about. Sorry.
No worries. Do you prefer? This is actually a good question. Do you prefer English or Afrikaans?
I prefer the mix that I have at the moment on
Mm.
stage. I like mine like 90%. Kind of, well, I have like a 90% English, 10% Afrikaans thing.
Mm.
Um, but probably just because I haven't really written Afrikaans material in a while. So my Afrikaans material, my 100% Afrikaans material is very stale.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, some of it's a bit weird. Like, when you start out writing jokes, there's a lot of sexual stuff in it, and because
Yeah.
you didn't really know how to write jokes yet.
Yeah.
So when I play it now, I feel, yeah, it feels a bit weird. I'm sure if I mean, I love performing to Afrikaans audiences.
Mm.
If that answers the question. But probably I have to start writing again.
Yeah. Oh man, I had a good question in my mind right now while you were talking. Now I forgot about it. It was about. Oh yes. Okay, so you have two really awesome songs in your routine that I really love. The one about the sunburn,
Yeah.
the one about the sunburn, and the other one about what's the other one? The flip man. How can I forget about this? You're like your two biggest songs, I think, that you always use in your set.
Yeah.
Um,
All my songs are great. So I don't know which two you are referring to.
you're right, they are. But I wanted to know when you come up with these songs, what are you doing? Do you start with a simple idea? Did you actually get a sunburn and then you decide to write a song about it? How did these things come to you?
Uh, okay, so the Sunburn one is based on it. That's like more of a parody, right? Because it's done on Black Eyed Peas. I got a feeling.
Yes.
Okay, so we were actually sitting, me and Monique Skitter was sitting at, actually, that was at Cock and Cars. No, yeah, it wasn't a festival. We were sitting afterwards and we were sitting with that song and I was just playing it. And then we started making up some words and eventually it became a song about sunburn. And then I just kind of elaborated and added more verses and stuff. Whereas some of the other songs, I just get like maybe one line in my head
Hmm.
and then kind of just sit with my guitar, figure out a melody, and like build it from there. It's weird. It never works the same way. Yeah, it always
Interesting.
sometimes it starts with a melody, sometimes it starts with maybe one rhyme that's funny. Maybe sometimes I think down like with the water crisis, I had to go and like shit, I need to song about the water crisis,
Mm.
and then you just jot down some ideas, about the water crisis, like maybe main keywords, and then kind of try to form something around that.
Mm.
So there are different methods.
That's cool though. That's really cool. So basically, at any time, these friends of yours that you hang around, they could like spark an idea for you as well.
I, I don't hang with people, with friends. Wait, who are these friends?
Well, I mean, the people in the chats.
Never heard about these people before. These
Kyle says, if your beard had a name, what would it be? Not
Volra Voldemort.
is that your answer?
Yes.
You answered that very quickly, like you.
I just had it there. No, I don't know if Carl would know who Voldemort is.
I don't know who that is.
No, no, it's like an Afrikaans legend, Afrikaans hero.
Uh
Like
huh.
from back in the day, he like took his horse and he like it was like a shipwreck and in a storm and he took his horse and he saved the people and he drowned with his horse.
Okay. It's
No,
like some kind of legend back in the day. Are you making this up now?
no, that's a real story and
Okay.
that is for some reason the name of my beard now.
Jaco Brill really showing the love with this comment. He's not my friend.
Ek gaan draai jou flippin choppie.
He has zero friends.
He
Haha.
told me he told me he can't watch. He's Brian, and now suddenly he's here. It's like being a nuisance.
Yeah, well,
Like,
obviously his bra is not as entertaining, so thank you, Jaco. Or he's sitting with whatever he's watching with his phone or whatever, and he's brying at the same time. I don't know. Send us a picture. Are you brying? I miss brying, man. Oh my word, I miss brying. I
we
was an idiot and I didn't buy wood.
we're Brian quite a bit. My girlfriend's dad bought quite a few bags.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good thinking. I didn't. I
And
didn't.
we also bought 6 bottles of brandy, and we're down to half a bottle now.
Ah man, that's funny. Is there anything else that you're missing during this lockdown? Is there any cravings you find yourself?
That's not alcohol.
Yeah,
That is
that's not alcohol. Can be like it's a more like a food, like maybe McDonald's or
yeah,
sushi or
maybe sushi. I
yeah.
miss sushi. But we're eating quite well at the moment. We all take turns to like cook and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I can't really go and complain about the food.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't leave the house that often anyway, but it would be nice to take a drive, maybe, you know, or go to Spar and actually. yeah, it's just weird going to the shops now.
It is weird. It's scary, in my
People are
opinion.
people are very weird. They're like
Yeah.
everyone's scared of each other, and some people. Yeah, I went yesterday without a mask because I didn't have one, and people like with the masks are like, "Oh, feel they've been superior to you with their masks,"
Mm.
and I can hear you saying things under your mask, you idiot. I mean, there was a guy yesterday, just get this guy without his mask walking. Now he's climbing out of his car with his wife and three children, which is against the law, by the way. And I was giving me crap. He thinks I can't hear it.
Oh man, you should write that down. That's funny. Before Pete takes it. Oh no, I'm kidding. He wouldn't do that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Pete is a really funny guy. Super, super funny. Much respect for Pete. Pete, please don't be mad at me.
He says
um,
we should do a reunion show for Gemengde Vrugte. I say yes, one day when
One
this
day.
thing is over, definitely.
Yeah. Well, why don't you do it online?
Right, So it's not the same, right? I
It's
want to hear the people laughing.
yeah, it is tough to do this online and like put like because I've if you watch
I
some stuff
mean,
on my
this
channel,
is what we're just chatting, but I mean, if you actually have to do a show, it's weird. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I need that
yeah,
feedback and the energy back from the crowd to actually
mm,
yeah do my show.
you're gonna have to read this for me. Jaco Brill, it's completely Afrikaans. I can't. I mean, I can try, but I don't want to offend people.
I don't know what he's saying. I don't know if he's seeing the same comments. Sometimes different comments come up at different times. So,
Die een auntie
oh,
uh,
I'm not seeing that one yet.
het my sukak
Oh,
uitgekyk.
ja, zeker nou. The een auntie het my so kak uitgekyk donderdagoggend en checkers. Oh, okay, yeah. He's just saying basically the same thing happened to him.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
with
I,
the
fe- I,
baseball.
I feel
So,
like you translated that and there was a lot more. It's like it's the same.
no,
Same thing
no,
happened
he
to.
was also saying something about you, but I left that out.
Oh, okay, cool. No worries. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Joking.
um, where were we? I'm trying to remember. I was asking you. What was I asking you? Have you thought of a festival?
No, no, I haven't. I haven't thought of a festival.
Do you still organize comedy shows? Obviously
Um,
not now. I mean, like
no, no, no,
before. Before.
no. I stepped away from that. Uh, it's just yeah, it's a lot of work
It is.
for yeah for not a lot of money always, and you always it's shit if no one shows up and you have to kind of explain to the comedians they have to
Mm,
perform to three people basically, and that happens like you'll have one or two great shows
mm,
with 60 people or 100 people, and then the next week there's like three people.
yeah.
Because a lot of these pubs and stuff we organize that they have like one like kind of a local crowd
Mm,
that visits or that comes to the shows.
yeah.
And it's also if when you organize these shows, it's not always in your area. So like I had one in Somerset West and one in Durbanville,
Yeah.
and one in Long Street for a while. And driving around to those shows, it's
Yeah. It's expensive,
yeah,
man.
a lot of work and takes a lot of time. And then you also have to do your other shows. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Um. Well, we're gonna play a game now, which I'm actually
really
yeah we're gonna play a game, seeing as we have quite a few people watching. So this is a game for those of you that are watching. Please try and do it in English. I don't mean to be rude. It's just I need to be able to read the comments. And basically, this is the game. So I'm gonna say a sentence, a random sentence. I'll give you an example of said random sentence. It will be something like, when Francois takes off his clothes, the first thing you notice is blank. So you have to fill in the blank. The people watching have to fill in the blank. Francois, you also have to fill in the blank. Now you can be truthful, or you can make it funny. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want.
okay. So
But
we all just put in the blank
yeah, we all just have to fill in the blank, and
same
that's
time.
yeah. And there is, I'm gonna put up a clock because there is a time limit. 30 seconds. is how much time you will have to pop in the comments. We're gonna do this twice, and we just want to see funny stuff. We want to see be. I'm sure your people are gonna be really random. Um, Pete, I can't wait to see what he
Let's see
says.
what happens.
Yeah. All right. So here's the sentence. Mantiati.
Yeah.
There you go, Pete.
We haven't started the game yet, Pete.
Exactly. All right. So here is the first sentence where you have to fill in the blank. Once I've said the sentence, I will start the timer. Before Francois leaves his house, he always checks blank. And I'll read it again. Before Francois leaves his house, he always checks blank. So you have 30 seconds to say what you guys think Francois does when he's about to leave or when he leaves the house. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Please not do that every time.
No. Okay, here we go. So, Yaku just stole from Pete.
Classic Yaku once again.
Come on, Yaku. Use that imagination. Come on, don't just take from Pete. Okay, Pete says his scrotum is not hanging out his shorts.
Pete, my mom knows what a scrotum is. Don't use words like that.
All right.
No.
I'm waiting to see if there's anyone else. Sorry. Oh man, that's funny. Well, at least, yeah, I'm worried to know what Yaku would have said if he didn't use Pete's previous
Yeah.
answer. Okay, just for the next one, Yaku, don't use scrotum for the next one. Like, you must come up with your own stuff.
Pete already said scrotum, Yaku. Don't say scrotum.
All right. Okay, cool. We'll do another one. This will be this is
What?
just.
You didn't get my answer.
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry. Your answer. What's your answer?
This is a weird game you've got going here. Every time I leave the house, I check if I really have to leave the house. That's my answer.
I feel like that's such a drunk thing to say. Like someone told you to leave, and you're like, yeah, but do I have to?
And I'm as sober as a scrotum. I can tell you that.
I don't know what Pete's on about now. She checks the bank back. She check what? She checks
back.
Bank back. Pete, are you okay? I think you may have had too many brandy and cokes there. All right, last one. Last one. This is just a bit of icebreaker, a bit of fun. All right, before Francois.
You know, icebreaker comes first, right?
Yeah, I know. I realized that as I said it. Don't correct me.
This is playing weird games, man.
I've been drinking, guys. Can't even use that as an excuse. Sorry, not icebreaker. This is just something that is fun, light. Okay. Before Francois steps on stage, he always thinks of blank. Before Francois steps on stage, he always thinks of blank. 30 seconds begins now. I have a feeling Pete's going to have a good one for this.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know. He just says too late.
It's okay. Good. We are the other 7 people watching. Type something.
Yeah, I don't know. People get shy with this one. It's not a big deal, guys. Say anything. Say anything. Whatever comes to mind. The first thing that comes to mind. That's the end of the 30 seconds. So I'll wait till. Come on, guys. Start putting it in. Yeah, you had your 30 seconds. There was a timer and everything. Come on, Pete. Don't let us down, man. Don't let us down. There we go.
Blank, really blank.
You see it in his eyes.
What the?
Pete, you're letting us down, man. Is it too much pressure?
Yeah,
Is it
Halloween.
is 30
Okay.
seconds too short for you? Okay, Jaco Brill says,
Scuffy Halloween. So that's a pub I used to own. No, yeah, but before I owned it, we played a gig there as with Plofmod, my previous band,
uh
and he's referring to that.
okay, so before
So
you go on
that is
stage,
definitely not something that flashes through my mind every time I walk on stage.
all right, you tell us the answer. What do you really think?
How long before I can get my next tequila? Basically,
And you know what? That I can believe that. I believe that
yeah.
you would think that.
Definitely that's not a joke. That's yeah. I need one before I go on stage, and then one
Yeah.
afterwards. Yeah.
Pete Potgieter
Then
says Werner Smith kid joke.
no, I can't. That's not for YouTube. Just don't do that.
So this is he's actually saying a joke because from my perspective it just looks like he's putting random words together.
But I know exactly yeah,
Okay, all right.
what it means.
Oh man. All right, so moving on with the questions. Thank you guys so much for participating in that. It was a lot of fun
Yeah,
summer
thank you
game.
for participating, everyone.
No, they did. They did. Yako beats Yako and Pete.
Yes.
No, it's great. It's great. Cool. So if you guys have any other questions, real questions, please comment and ask. But I'm gonna ask Francois. I always like asking my guests this when I bring them onto the show because I always find it super interesting. So you mentioned, the first time you're on stage and stuff like that. But now I want you to give me um, your best experience so far in your. You can it can be music or it can be comedy or you can mention both
Yeah.
in your comedy or music career.
Mm, uh, yeah. There's been quite a few highlights for me, I think, Like one of the I think one of the first good experience great experiences was when I started doing support acts at support slots at Cape Town Comedy Club. That was like a big shift.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, I think it's like 4 years ago now, when I was a winner of the Grab the Mic Awards at Parker's.
Mm-hmm.
And also when Parker's bumped me up to support or middle act. That's also good times. Yeah. Don't know if that really answers the question.
Yeah, it does. I wanted to also find out from you the grab the mic competition. Tell us about that experience.
Yeah, that was weird. Like I said, the weird thing about that was I'm pretty big. I've been in this for a long time, but I'm quite unknown still as well, especially in Joburg. So when I went up, um, I was actually, a lot of the guys were open micers still, and they saw me as an open micer as well. Um, so it was a bit strange, but some of the guys were really good, and it felt good to win like a huge check, like on
Yeah.
stage. It's my first time, and I had to fly with that thing back to Cape Town.
Really?
So we, yeah. So I had to fold up this like a 2 meter check. I had to fold it up into my hand luggage. It was like on this thick carton. It was difficult.
Oh my word! So you actually folded it up. Do you still have
Yeah,
it?
I went into Joe, not you, the other Joe Parker's office with a check. And I was trying to like leave it there sneakily. He's like, no, 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 you deserve that. You take it with you. I had to take it with me. Yeah.
And like people at the airports, so obviously it was in your bag, so I guess nobody really saw it. But I mean, when they
My
what
bag
did
just like weirdly shaped.
yeah,
Um, shit.
when did you look at the X-ray when you were going through?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments coming in now. What's happening here? Let me go.
No, they're
I
all on their own vibe at the moment. I don't know
yeah,
what.
I like this though. Yaku, the last thing he said was "Verbi kyk jou spelling."
Voorbij. Kijk je spellen.
Hmm.
They just
Are they trolling now?
They're trolling each other. Like, it's,
That's all right, as long as everyone's
we're
having
tuning
fun.
in right now. Welcome to the Peter and Yaku show. I think Peter is winning, but I can't be sure.
um, was the competition difficult in terms of like the talent that you had against you? I mean, how did exactly? Because that actually aired on Comedy Central, correct?
It was supposed to.
Oh, it didn't.
It never did, so I don't really want to. I don't really want to talk about that
All right,
because
cool. We'll move on.
no. There was a huge thing with Comedy Central, but yeah, it's they kind of I don't know, like a lot of things were promised that didn't happen and stuff. So yeah,
Comedy Central, you got some explaining to do.
yeah, but it's all years ago, you
Yeah,
know.
no, we'll move on. But you won. You did win. And how was the how were the other contestants? Did you how was that competition in terms of like what did the people vote? Were there judges? What
Oh
was?
yeah, we had judges there. Well, we had the first round was at Cape Town Comedy Club.
Mhm.
That was actually the semi-finals or whatever you call it was actually the hardest, I think.
Okay.
Like going against the Cape Town comedians. Um, yeah, Joburg was a bit easier, but we have like we had I think there was like an elimination process if I remember correctly,
Oh wow.
because like DJ Fresh was there, he was one of the judges, and also who was the other person? Wackett Simpson was there, one of the judges, and but at the end I think it was between me and two other people, and then that was like then the audience had to make a chaos,
Hmm.
make a noise to decide who wins, basically.
Okay.
So yeah, that was a long story to explain.
No,
I
it's
would
fine. They gave you a trophy, right? You still have it?
I actually asked my girlfriend that a few days ago, where is that flippin' trophy? It has to be somewhere because we moved like twice. So I don't
Okay.
know. Also, it broke like a week
No.
after.
No.
Damn Comedy Central with your.
Oh,
No.
that sucks.
Yeah.
Did it break in like half or millions of
No,
pieces?
it was like this thing hanging from a thing, and it didn't hang anymore. It was weird. Like,
Okay. Oh man, that's funny. All right, so you told us your favorite experience. Now let's go with your worst experience.
worst experience. I think the worst experiences are when you do corporate gigs, or you do like gigs at comedy clubs where your audience are corporate people, basically. So you'll have big tables with corporates, people who don't want to laugh in front of each other. They don't, normally speak to each other daily basis. People sitting with their bosses, and yeah, those are the most difficult. Yeah, the most difficult shows and the worst shows because you never know how it's going to go. You have to work your ass off to
Yeah,
to get the boss, and
and do you
yeah,
experience a lot of that?
it happens now and again.
Mm.
Definitely happens now and again. It's not bad always, but it's all we all have that level of laughter that we're striving for every show, and if you don't get it,
Yeah,
like if it's a little off, you walk off and you're like, that wasn't good. Yeah.
but is there a show that like a show that you were like, what the hell is going on? This is like the worst thing I've ever been to. This is like chaos, or even if maybe you got into a fight with an audience member. I don't know. Is there like a really uh,
Sure.
interesting kind of worst experience you've had at a nightmare gig, whatever you want to call it?
Yes, the only one I can remember is like from way back in the day where this one girl came up to us and like this was still like Afrikaans gemengde the show where she came up to us. I think people remember this where she kind of gave us tips on what. But she was a psychiatrist, and she said no, but sometimes people aren't laughing with you; they're laughing at you and stuff like that. And yeah, I was just really mad after
No,
that.
man, no. A psychiatrist.
Yes, giving us comedy advice. Uh,
Oh my word. And that's actually interesting because usually psychiatrists would come to you and be like, "Yo, do you want to talk about what you spoke about? Let me help you. Let's get through it."
She wanted to talk about it. Yeah.
Wow, I've actually never heard anyone ever say that about an experience.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Are there any comedians, whether it be international or local, that you draw inspiration from?
Um, you know, hmm, I, it's weird. I don't watch a lot of comedy. Uh, yeah. But this one international guy I'm loving at the moment is James Acaster.
I don't
Don't
know.
know if you know,
No.
but the British dude. He is so dry, and but he tells like long. His storytelling is amazing. Go check him out, James Acaster. The guy is amazing. Locally, I think my favorite comedian is still Rob van Vieren.
Mm,
I just can watch that guy over and over and over again. Yeah. Uh,
yeah,
and also, I mean, Skulky, I love the guy. That guy works so hard.
he does. I like
It's
the
all
stuff that he's doing on his Facebook page. Every day he's doing an update,
yes, yes.
which is he's really funny on that stuff. And what are you doing? Where can people? Are you doing anything during this lockdown? Do you do any live updates on Facebook or Instagram, or are you just chilling?
Dude, I am basically watching so many movies and and working. Yeah, like I said, I'm busy with like 3 or 4 websites at the moment that I have to finish up.
Hmm.
So yeah, still working a bit and trying to get new work in as
Yeah.
well to keep me busy. Yeah, and I watched 50 movies in March, and I'm on 26 movies now for April. I just counted. Um,
What will I hear? That's a good question. What type of movies do you like watching?
well, everything at the moment because I use this app called Letterboxd, and there are like a lot of lists on there, like the top 100 movies of the last decade and stuff, like put together by magazines. So I try to go through those lists and you
Yeah,
know,
no, that's a good
uh,
watch list.
so
That's
it kind of exposes you to a lot of different genres and like different documentaries and yeah.
mm. All right. Is there okay? Well, what is normally your favorite genre to watch?
Look, I'm a huge sci-fi fan,
Okay.
but it's like good slow burner sci-fi. Yeah, not yeah.
So like, what's that movie? I think it's called Passengers
Yeah,
with
that's good. That was good.
yeah,
Yeah,
that kind of
maybe
stuff.
a bit too slow, but I mean, like
Interstellar.
Arrival. Arrival is amazing, but I'm like a classic. Like, I love classic sci-fi, like books,
Oh,
like
okay.
70s
Yeah.
sci-fi. So yeah, that's the type of thing I like. But
And
otherwise, yeah, whatever.
cool. And I also didn't ask you, which I probably should have asked you a while ago. Music. What is your favorite type of music?
Punk, mostly
Nice.
punk. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. That's cool. Name some bands that you listen to.
Currently, like my favorite band is Pup,
Hmm.
spelled P-U-P. I love that band. What else? One of my all-time favorite bands is still Emery. That's like, but that's more like an emo band. And Enter Shikari, love Enter Shikari.
I should
But
check those out because I've never heard of any of those guys.
really, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I listen to punk, but like I alternative rock punk, and so I don't know, man. I haven't checked out new genre or not new bands in quite a while. I
but
used to do it
there's
quite
so
often.
many. I mean, there's so many. You can't really. You have
Yeah,
to
it's difficult
kind
to.
of pick one and commit to it and
Yeah,
kind of listen to it.
which is basically
So
what I've done. I really like my favorite band, and I'm sorry, but they are is Taking Back Sunday. I don't know if you know them.
I had 2 T-shirts and I had all the albums. Ja.
What do you mean you
Ah, dan ben
had?
je Zeker back Sunday fan. Nee, wacht. Okay.
I'm a
No, I love
huge
Taking Back
Taking Back
Sunday.
Sunday fan, man.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
no, I love them to bits. They're like my favorite. I don't know why, but they are my favorite modern band, if I can put it that way.
But
And
they are the epiphany or the whatever of emo. They are the most emo band in the world, basically.
I don't know about that, but I don't know. But it's true because their lyrics, like, they're not that. I don't know. They range from a bit heavy to light to acoustic to all that stuff. But it's their lyrics really that touch me, and I
Yeah,
can really
yeah,
relate to
My,
Adam
my,
Lazar's lyrics.
my favorite song is still You're So Lost Summer.
Oh
That's
yeah.
still yeah,
My favorite. It changes actually, and that's the thing with Taking Back Sunday. For me, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that maybe it's not their cup of tea, and I respect that. But for me, I literally like every song on their album. You know how
yeah,
sometimes like you get an album from your band or whatever, and there's only like maybe three that are a hit. Maybe you like five out of the 10, and the other five you're just like, yeah, it's okay. Literally for me, and this is how obsessed I am with them. I love every song on
yeah.
every album. Like it's there's no. I do have my favorites. There's the one in the recent album they had, which was "You Can't Go Back."
Yeah,
That
yeah.
one's definitely
That song, take that video.
yes. It's a
Uh,
weird video though.
it's
It's
at the party and starts like picking blood.
yeah,
That
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
It's
It's a very interesting. There's a lot of metaphor and symbolism
yeah,
in that video,
yeah.
and obviously make damn sure. What else? Younger. We were younger then. That's a really good one. I can go on and
Um,
on with Taking Back
what's
Sunday.
another song? What's it? What it's like to be a mother, mom of what's that song again? Something. It's cool. I can't remember the.
I think yeah. What's it feel like to be a ghost?
No, 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 no. Something about mom. Never mind.
I'm thinking now. I feel like I have to do it because now I put myself on the
Keep
spot.
going. Do it now.
I just want to see here Bianca Jade Nell. Do you know
Yeah,
Bianca Jade Nell? Is that
that's
your?
my
I thought so.
girlfriend.
The night we got lost in Joburg Central after your gig and almost ran out of petrol.
Oh, mm,
Is that
yeah.
like an answer to your worst experience?
Yeah, that was a bad experience. That
Why?
was like after I did pop acoustics
Uh huh.
in Pretoria, and then we drove to Joburg to do the box,
Mm-hmm.
and like cell phones dead, petrol dead, people like that couldn't find our way home. You know, like when you see in the slums in New York in the movies where there's people with barrels with fires, that was happening everywhere. We just that was horrible.
Oh
Yeah.
my word! No, shame. How did you guys survive? What happened?
Apparently we got home somehow, and we had to get like home before 12. So the stepmom could open the gate for us to get in. It was just a yeah, it was a mission. What are you sucking on?
Jeez, you said that like my father. What are you sucking on? Sorry, Papa. It's a vape. It's a vape.
We don't do that here.
I
No.
know. Oh man, cool. So yeah, Taking Back Sunday. Obviously, I used to listen to Blink 182, Dashboard Confessional.
Yeah, yeah, still.
So
Funeral,
hmm?
funeral for a friend.
Yep. The Used,
You,
Offsprings, All American Rejects, Maroon 5, Love. Okay, favorite all time band? Nirvana. I'm sorry. I know it's mainstream. I know everybody likes
no,
Nirvana,
it's not
but
really mainstream
that has
anymore.
become like in the 90s, like everybody was like, oh, or not 90s, the late 2000s, everyone was like, oh, Nirvana's like so mainstream. Even though the guy's dead, they were like, no, it's like so popular. But it's popular for a reason. I don't know if you saw, uh, I think it's called Kurt Cobain. It's literally
The
just,
one with Ray, that the interview, the phone calls with him, and they did the animations.
yes, you see that?
Yes, I have seen that.
Yeah, that was so beautifully done. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about it.
No, it was cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that's more or less the kind of music I listen to, which I really enjoy. Do you still play like normal? Like, do you go
Yeah,
to?
I write songs now and again, but it's I would like to start a band again sometime. Like, still time versus reward. It's it's weird. I don't know.
Why don't you go
And getting a
solo?
band together. Yeah, it's the thing. I've been solo now for apparently 10 years, and yeah, it's just it's yeah. I think we need. try to start a band and you chase that dragon of the like fellowship or friendship you had with your first band,
Mm,
kind of. So it's difficult to get that again,
mm, yeah.
Uh, mm.
All right. Well, I see that we've hit the hour. So that's pretty much the end of the show. It goes by quite quickly. I don't know how you feel, but
Yeah.
it goes by super quick. So I'm gonna stay on the line. I'm gonna chat to you a bit after we're done here, but I'm gonna give you a send off now. And basically, do you have any final anything final that you want to say to the audience watching?
Um, if you need a website done, please call me. I'm giving good specials for during COVID-19. I'm not even joking. No, no.
Okay.
I'm not starving, but yeah. Or, or just come drop a bottle of tequila or brandy at 8 Matthew Road. That'll work as well. Yeah, came up with.
Is that how you're accepting your payments from your clients now?
Yeah,
Just pay me in alcohol.
I will do a DOP system all the way.
All right, buddy. Like I said, please stay on the line. We're gonna say bye to you now, so you can wave goodbye to everyone. Thank you so much for being on the show, and I'll definitely have you back. Cheers, Francois.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Francois Van As. Super funny guy. Very talented, as you can see. Does guitar, sings, comedy, the whole shebang. Love watching him perform. He's a super treat to watch live. So for those of you who wanted to see him play some music, maybe next time. Maybe next time we get him on the show. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. I have to ask him first. But maybe we'll see. But I definitely will have Francois on the show, hopefully sometime soon. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember that tomorrow I am interviewing Melt Sieberhagen. Sieber? Melt Siebrachen. I think that's how you say it. Sorry, Melt, if you're watching. Please tune in at 8 p.m. Please, also, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, remember I said that I am doing something for everyone that I'm interviewing during these shows where I'm accepting donations, and 75% of the proceeds are going to go to the interviewee. The other 25% will come to me. This is an effort to basically give back to the entertainment industry, seeing as a lot of the guys can't perform at the moment. So please donate. The link is in the description below. And I'm keeping that, it's on Quicket. I'm keeping that event open until 11:30 tonight on the 11th of April. So if you're watching this a bit later at 10 or whatever, go ahead, donate. And I will give 75% to Francois. And I'll be doing this for every interview or every person that I get on the interview show. Every person that I get on this show, I'll be doing that for. So tomorrow, any donations taken at that show will be given to Melt. So yeah, guys, without having said that, please like this video. Please like this video. Let people know that I'm doing this. Please also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am putting content every day. Content every day is going out. Funny stuff, interviews, rants, reviews, whatever it is, you name it. Go check it out. Give it a like. Give me a subscribe. Please. It would really mean a lot to me, and it costs you nothing. All right, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, that's the show. And thank you guys so much for tuning. Thank you, Pete. Thank you, Bianca. Thank you, Jaco. Thank you. Who else am I missing here? Thank you to. There's a lot of Jaco. Jaco comment. The D1 Mo. And we also had a Ronnie. Thank you, Ronnie. Everyone that participated in the game, everyone that commented, everybody that watched. Thank you guys so much. Okay, I'm done. Uh, enjoy the rest of your Easter weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you here tomorrow at 8 p.m. Subscribe. Don't forget. Okay? Bye. Cheers. Stay safe. Wash your hands.